Hi everybody, this is Boris Schlossberg with BK Forex. Welcome to our How to Trade MetaTrader 4 free webinar. So glad to have you guys with us. As always, trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. I ask you this time very carefully to understand all risks associated with trading margin and to seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. So, today's webinar is going to be really for people who know nothing about MetaTrader 4. I'm going to take you hand by hand, finger by finger, walk you through, and make it much less daunting than it appears to be. I was listening to a podcast, great podcast called Chat with Traders, and actually it's out of Perth, Australia. It's an Aussie who runs it. Great guy. I highly recommend that if you guys want to listen to trading podcasts, it's probably the best trading podcast out there. It's called Chat with Traders. As a matter of fact, let me show you if I can get you the Chat with Traders right here. That's it. This is his website. A great podcast. But I was listening to one of the traders talk about it. It's mostly stock traders, a couple of feature traders. There's a few FX. There's not too many of us out there, but it's just fascinating to kind of understand everybody's process when you listen to it. But there was this one trader who was a very big stock trader, and he was talking about the idea. He said something very interesting that really resonated with me. He said, software eats the world, which is the modern state of existence. Anything and everything that we can turn into software, we do these days. And so that's why I decided to do this webinar, because if you don't want the software to eat you, in other words, if you want to be part of the world in 2018 as a trader and as an FX trader, you simply cannot ignore software. And when it comes to software, when it comes to trading, there literally is only one software platform in the world that everybody uses that can do anything and everything you need in order to help you execute, produce, trade, and analyze all of your FX trading, and that's MetaTrader 4. Those of you who are going to ask me about MetaTrader 5, yes, that's the next version. Yes, they really want to move on to that version. And yes, I think in about 18 months forward, that version will take over. But if I give you the education in MetaTrader 4, the education onto MetaTrader 5 is very, very small. The interface, the way things work, are all virtually the same. So if you learn this and trade this, which is what everybody's trading now, for you to upgrade to MetaTrader 5 is going to be very easy. And by that time, I'll do a MetaTrader 5 webinar too. But the point being is that this is the only platform that everybody trades. Now, the thing about this MetaTrader 4 that is kind of interesting and unique is that if you're a retail trader, right, the platform is unique to your broker. Now, it's the exact same platform for everybody, whether you trade with Oanda or Pepperstone or Forex.com or any other big broker in FX. The actual layout is all the same, but the unique footprint of the software is unique to each broker. So in order for you to properly trade it, you need to download the version that your broker provides. So the first thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to install Pepperstone platform and Oanda platform, because those are two brokers that we love dearly. And I'm going to show you how to just simply install each one of those softwares. They're going to look exactly the same, and then I'm going to pretty much demo everything on the Oanda platform because I'm a U.S. citizen and that's all I can trade. And it's all going to be it's exactly the same thing on Pepperstone. It's exactly the same thing on Forex.com. I'm just curious, what other brokers do you guys trade with? Give me some broker names that you guys are trading with, and I'll be happy to tell you. The only thing, of course, that's very important is you really want to make sure that whoever you're trading with offers MetaTrader 4. 99.9% of brokers offer MetaTrader 4, but there are some. Oh man, I forgot the big UK broker that has its own proprietary platform. Whatever, I forgot their name. There's a couple of brokers that just simply refuse to kind of go through. IC Markets, ATC, FX Choice, Go Markets. For example, TOS. So Think or Swim does not do MT-Trader 4. Clay, you need to, and Clay, I assume you're a US citizen, so you need to open an account with Oanda, okay? If you want to really trade, you need to open, I'm just telling you right now, you need to open an account with Oanda. FXCM, which is now, of course, not in the US, but outside Traders Way, all of these Halifax brokers, Halifax brokers is out of New Zealand, I believe. All of these brokers offer their own version of MetaTrader 4. So just to kind of let you guys know, you need to go to your own broker and download that version. So let's just start. Let's go. Oh, and before the other point I kind of want to make is right now you're seeing my Mac. This is a Mac. I'm on my MacBook Pro, right? Which is an Apple, obviously Apple product, which does not support MetaTrader 4, right? I cannot use MetaTrader 4 on my laptop. That doesn't stop me from trading. And I'll explain to you how and why in just 1 second. But more importantly, I really recommend that everybody who's watching me now, if you want to be serious about using this piece of software, you do as I do, which is the first order of business is you need a virtual private server. You need a cloud, a piece of cloud in the sky where you can install the MetaTrader 4 so it can run 24 hours, 7 days a week. This platform is not really designed to open and close with your computer and go down with your computer every 5 seconds. Remember, if you're trying to execute something and your computer goes down, your platform goes down. So for 5, 10, 20 bucks, I pay like, some brokers offer this for free. For example, I have a free VPS with Oanda. I'm sure if you have FXCM used to offer free VPSs as well. And then I also buy a ton of these things at 10 bucks a month to basically rent space. Amazon itself, if you have an Amazon account, will give you a free VPS. It's a little complicated to set that up. But the point being is anybody will give you space in a cloud, and it doesn't require a lot of space and it doesn't require a lot of bandwidth. Trust me, 10 bucks a month is all you're gonna spend running this thing. So you can see I have like you go into, this is my Microsoft Remote Desktop. Let me just show you. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of them is for Kathy's, and 6 of them are for me. So I'm going to go into my virtual private server. And now what you're seeing here on the screen is obviously this black piece is the cloud, and I'm operating in a Windows environment. So here I am on the Mac, and I'm operating in a Windows environment completely fine. So the first order of business that we're going to do is we are going to go into my downloads folder, and I'm going to find my okay. So first, let's just install Pepperstone. I'm going to install the Pepperstone MT4, and then I'm going to install Oanda MT4. Okay, you guys with me? So let's just click on this. Very, very simple. You download this from It's an executable file. You download from Pepperstone. I'm going to double click this. Right? I'm going to say, yes, I agree. Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit. There are 3 buttons here: settings, next, cancel. By the way, don't worry if you're sort of missing some 1 or 2 steps because I speak so fast because I'm a New Yorker. You can always watch this on rewind. You can watch it 1,000 times on the video, and you'll be able to catch all of this. So nothing here is really going to be very complicated. I'm going to go into settings. The only reason I'm going to go into settings is because they're going to pop up an advertisement, and I just don't want the advertisement to pop up. So I'm just going to unclick this Open MQL 5, hit next. It's going to just download all the files, and now it puts up a little icon. It says Pepperstone MT4. As you can see, I also have the MT5, which will be a webinar 6 months down the road. Okay, so Pepperstone MT4. Now I click Finish. Now let's go and find Oanda. Here's Oanda. So here's the Oanda executable. I'm going to give it a second. Yes, I agree. Same thing. I don't want it to pop up the advertisement, so I'm just going to say next. It's going to take a second. It's going to select the best access point. Oh, now it's opening up my Pepperstone. And Oanda is going to download too. Finish. Okay. All right. I'm going to close my downloads. So Pepperstone like automatically opened up, which is okay. It's fine. We're going to close it up. But the first order of business that I'm going to show you is how do I log in? Now, they're going to give you an account number, right? They're going to give you an account number, and they're going to give you some obscure password that you're going to need. So, and I actually, you know what? I'm not going to log into Pepperstone because I forgot the Pepperstone server, so I don't want to give you the wrong impression. So Oanda popped up. We're going to use Oanda because I'm a U.S. citizen. I can only trade U.S. brokers, so I'm going to use my U.S. broker as the demo going forward. But everything I do is completely replicable on everything else. So the first order of business is they're going to give you an account number and tell you which server you're on, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say cancel, and we can just close this out. It doesn't matter. You can go either way. I'm going to go into File, and I'm going to say Log into Trade Account. And my Oanda Trade Account is 2992874. My password, I'll give you my password. I mean, I'm not going to give you my password, but I'll put my password in. And this is a demo account. So I'm going to put this is called Oanda V20 practice. They're going to tell you which server you're on. This drop-down list, you choose the proper server. It's very important. If you don't choose the right server, it will not log you in. So how do we know it works? So I'm going to hit login. We're going to wait. And the way you know it works is if you start seeing streaming quotes. The other way that you know it works is if you see balance and equity, right? Once you see these numbers, that means the account is working. It's live. By the way, look at these ridiculous spreads. It's already 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, Tokyo. You can tell it's Easter Friday, right? Good Friday. Nobody's dealing. So we're certainly not going to be doing any trades today. I mean, we're going to be doing fake trades, not real trades. So now we logged in, right? I'm going to do two things that you should do absolutely the moment you're logged into your platform, right? Order number in this particular order. I'm going to do these things in this particular order. First and foremost, they're going to give you some truly ridiculously obscure password, which you will never remember, right? And between you and I, it really doesn't matter what your password. I mean, you know, if you're security conscious, fine. I'm really not that security conscious. I make my passwords very, very simple to remember. The most important thing is you want to remember your password. You don't want to forget your MT4 password. So when they give you this ridiculous password, what is the first thing you need to do? You go into Tools, you go into Options, right? And the first tab that pops up is the Server tab. So you say you want to change your password, right? Now, I don't want to change my password, but you know, but I'm going to pretend I'm going to change my password. So first, they're going to ask you for that obscure string of characters that they give you, right? So I'm actually going to just I'm going to do everything except hit OK, just to show you. Okay, and now you want to change your your new password to whatever you want to say. So let's say I want to say it to Boris123. They ask you to type it in Boris123. Okay. Now, this is what's known as your master password. This is what allows you to trade, right? In addition to which, what's very cool about MT4 is that you could actually let people look in to your account. You can create what's called an investor password. An investor password is a password you give to somebody who can look in and see what is it that you're trading, how you're trading, what position size you're trading, what structure you're trading, but they can't do anything. They can't execute any trade. So if you want to do that, you can also create an investor password. This is also very valuable for websites like myfxbook.com, which is kind of an advanced subject. And maybe if you guys like this webinar, I'll do an advanced webinar on how to use MT4 with journaling software and everything else. But the bottom line is, you know, to change your password from the obscure gobbledygook that they're going to give you, do this. The first thing you do is change the password to something easy, like your name 123. Okay, so I'm going to hit cancel because I'm not going to change the password, right? That is order number one. Order number two, and do this, because if you don't, I promise you, you're going to be sorry and you're going to say, geez, I wish I listened to Boris. Go into the trade tab, okay? As you can see, the default size in MetaTrader 4 is 100,000 units. It's one standard lot. If you were by accident just to click on this, well, I'm going to demo, so I don't care. So, I bought, first when you click on this, they're going to give you this, one-click trading menu. You say, okay, you click on it and say, you want to buy it. So, I just bought 100,000 units of euro. I don't want to trade 100,000 units of euro. That's huge. Let's say you have a $5,000 account. That's an idiotic size for that kind of account. If you have a $500 account, you pretty much, could get blown out on one single trade. Now, what's going to happen, I promise you this is going to happen to you. You're going to forget to do what I'm about to tell you to do. You're going to keep this, 100,000 size as default size. You're going to have some small account. You're going to hit it by accident. You meant to buy like, 1,000 units, and you're going to buy 100,000 units. And you're going to look at it like a deer in lights and go, oh my God, I'm down $25 already just on my initial entry, right? So, in order to avoid this, go into Tools, go into Options, and change the size. Trade tab, change the size to this, 0.1. That is the single smallest size. Now, here's the thing. You can always go up. But just like when you're cooking, right? You can't take salt away from a recipe. You can always add salt to a recipe. You cannot take size away once you've committed to size. So just default this to the smallest possible size. Say okay, right? Now, here's where it gets even more annoying. All these charts that they give you, they're still gonna be at 100,000 size, right? You have to literally close everything out, because they're operating on like old memory, and then put a new chart. So I want to go new euro, and now you can see. So let's just say I'm going to do euro, file, new chart, dollar yen. I'll click this over here. This little click over here will give you what's called the box, the bid-ask box. File, new chart, pound. Where's my pound? Oh, here's pound. Okay, here's pound. Okay. Right? Now, after you closed all your charts, now you got the proper size. So now if I want to trade pound, oh, I'm only down 63 cents. Now it's a lot more palatable to me. So these are the first two things you need to do. Change the password, change the default size. This way you will never be in trouble. Probably the best advice I can give you, I just